All right, let's start. I'm excited. It's our first episode for misheard song lyrics. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the introduction right here. Okay. And then you'll add the music underneath it.
Oh, after the fact, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
okay.
everything, yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you ever sung along to your favorite jam with such conviction, not realizing you were totally singing the wrong words? Guilty as charged. My name is Melody. Misheard if you're nasty, and a proud... Okay, I'll start over. All right. Have you ever sung along to your favorite jam with such conviction... okay. Take 3. Have you ever sung along to your favorite jam with such conviction, not realizing you were totally singing the wrong words? Guilty as charged. My name is Melody, misheard if you're nasty, and a proud karaoke ninja, a lover of all music. I'm here to share famous songs that have been sung incorrectly through the years with my podcast called Misheard Song Lyrics, and that's M-I-S-S heard song lyrics. I will even talk about music videos that don't seem to make any sense to anyone, and for the song it was made for that matter. I will have guests from time to time stop by to share their cringeworthy song moments proudly on this show. And if we're really lucky, actually have the songwriters share their inspiration and backstory of these beloved misheard songs. Be my guest and be part of the conversation on our social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Be my guest and be part of the conversation on our social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and many others. And who knows, you may be on our future show to share your misheard song moments to our listeners' content.
Okay. So, that was good. You want to try doing it? Try doing it again.
Yeah.
And kind of break it up a little more.
Okay.
Maybe give yourself a little breathing room for yourself. Yeah.
Perfect.
So you're not like running out at the end of it.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever sung along to your favorite jam with such conviction, not realizing you're totally singing the wrong words? Guilty as charged. My name is Melody, misheard if you're nasty, and a proud karaoke ninja and lover of all music. I'm here to share famous songs that have been sung incorrectly through the years with my podcast called Misheard Song Lyrics. You heard it, misheard, M-I-S-S heard. I will even talk about music videos that don't seem to make any sense to anyone, and for the song it was made for that matter. I will have guests from time to time stop by to share their cringe-worthy song moments proudly on this show. And if we're really lucky, actually have the songwriters share their inspiration and backstory of these beloved misheard songs. So be my guest and be part of the conversation on our social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and many others. And who knows, you may be on our future show to share your misheard song moments to our listeners' content.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna just jump right into the ending. I guess I notice every podcast has this ending that they always keep playing, so we'll go from there. Okay, so podcast ending verbiage. Okay. Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast and original music is written and produced by me, Melody Ortiz. Misheard editing. Yeah. And it's Josh McCollum. McCullough. Okay. I'll start from the top. So podcast ending verbiage. Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast and original music is written and produced by me, Melody Ortiz. Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast editing is done by Josh McCullough. If you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to subscribe and please tell a friend and rate and review on iTunes. We're also available on most large platforms like Stitcher and Spotify. If you're interested in supporting the show, please visit my website at misheardsongs.com. That's MISSHEARD songs.com. There you can sign up to be patron of the show, make a one-time donation, or purchase some show merchandise. If you're interested in supporting the show, please visit my website at misheardsongs.com. That's heard, HEARD songs.com. There you can sign up to be a patron of the show, make a one-time donation, or purchase show merchandise. The website again is misheardsongs.com. I love to hear from you all, and thanks for listening, and keep on singing.
Great.
Okay.
Want to listen it back?
Okay.
Some stuff?
All right, let's start with episode 1, Gloria, Laura Branigan, Alien. All right. So Gloria is actually an Italian love song recorded back in 1979. I thought Gloria Branigan, who I just love, and who's no longer with us, for those of you who don't know, she passed away several years ago, was the original singer. Actually, after doing some further research, it was actually done by an individual, Italian individual by the name of Umberto Tosi, and I think I'm going to screw up his name. Hopefully, sorry, Umberto. And he was a successful singer in the European countries and released as a single back in 1979. He actually wrote it along with a gentleman by the name of Giancarlo Bigazzi. And Mr. Bigazzi, rest his soul, passed away in 2012. He's no longer with us, but from what I can see in the internet, the interweb is all. It shows that he's still with us. So I actually sent him an email, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll respond to us, because I would love to have him come back and talk to us about his inspiration of Gloria. And the other writer is actually an American by the name of Trevor, and I think it's Veitch, and he's actually also still alive. And I sent him a Facebook email or personal message to see if he's willing to come talk to us. So I'm hoping that will happen, because how cool would that be to ask them what was the inspiration of Gloria? And if you go on YouTube and look up Italian or Umberto Tozzi or Giancarlo Bigazzi, Gloria, you'll see an amazing video from the late 70s of him singing Gloria in Italian. And so what happened was, the story is, apparently someone in the U.S. heard of it and thought there'd be a great cover for Laura Branigan to do, and she decided to do it in 1982. And mind you, 1982, I was a young 10-year-old, very impressionable, 5th grade, and I loved it. And it was a song that I heard in many skating rinks. And so it's interesting to know that it really wasn't her original, it was a cover. And it was actually Umberto Tozzi's own arranger, a guy by the name of Greg Matheson, who took it and updated it with a fellow producer by the name of Jack White. Not the same Jack White of the White Stripes. That would be awesome, and he would be truly like a vampire and never age, but totally different Jack White. And they took it and kind of gave it an American kick, and added, of course, English lyrics, because it was Italian originally. And so apparently the U.S. radio stations were not all excited about Gloria, the English version by Laura Branigan. And it wasn't until it was embraced by some dance clubs that it actually won them over and became one of the biggest hits in the 1980s, which is what I remember as a child. The album actually went gold, and the single was eventually certified platinum, which platinum means you have sales of more than 2 million U.S. copies. And it actually stayed in the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 for 36 weeks. I mean, that's amazing. It also earned Gloria Branigan a Grammy nomination for stayed in the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 for 36 weeks, and even earned Gloria a Grammy nomination. So let me just go back. So it stayed in.
Hold on a second. Get a little bit, the mic just a little bit.
Closer?
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
move the whole,
Oh.
just kind of swing it towards you. There you go. There you go. It just, when you were closer, it sounded good, and then you got a little
About
bit
five,
further away,
yes.
and
Okay.
kind of faded out.
So start from top, or should I?
Okay. Start,
Okay. All right, let's start from the top.
Yeah, you'll be a little looser, maybe. You'll feel a little yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we'll be talking about episode 1, Gloria, Laura Branigan, also known as Alien. So I did not know this until I started doing some research, that Gloria is actually an Italian love song that was recorded in 1979 by a gentleman by the name of Umberto Tossi, and I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. So I was really floored, because I had assumed Laura Branigan was the first to sing this. It's actually a cover. And Mr. Tozzi was successful in several European countries and actually released this as an album's second single. And he is still with us, from what I can gather from the interweb. But his fellow writer, Giancarlo Bigazzi, I think I'm saying it right, I know I have to add the Italian, flair to it. But he had passed on as of January 2012, so he's no longer with us. But I actually sent an email to Umberto Tazzi, hoping that one of these days he's going to come on the show and share with us his inspiration with Giancarla of the original Gloria in Italian. So keeping fingers crossed. The other writer is also actually an American by the name of Trevor Vajtrovic, I'm hoping, and he's also still alive as far as I can tell. And I actually sent him a Facebook Messenger just to also see if he's willing to come on the show to share with us the inspiration of this song. So I'm hoping if he comes, that would be great too, and we can ask all the questions we want to know. And the original song was written, composed by both Umberto Tazzi and Giancarlo, but the cover was actually reworked by Umberto Tazzi's own arranger by the name of Greg Matheson. And he updated it with a fellow producer by the name of Jack White. No relation to the Jack White of White Stripes, although that would be awesome because that means he would really be a vampire and he's not aged, but totally different Jack White. And what they did is they gave it an American kick to match the New English lyrics for Gloria, American version for Laura Branigan. So let's tell you about how it kind of made its way in the U.S. radio stations. So initially, U.S. radio stations were not receptive to the cover Gloria, but after it was embraced by many dance clubs, it eventually won them over, becoming one of the biggest hits of the 1980s. And that's how I remembered it, because I was an impressionable 10-year-old when it came out, and I thought that the song was awesome. And that's where I started to, fall in love with it in many skating rinks in the Beaverton, Hillsborough area. I'm not embarrassed to say that, but that's how I fell in love with it. And the album actually went gold, and the single was eventually certified platinum. And in the world of music, when it's certified platinum, that means sales of more than 2 million U.S. copies, and that's amazing. And if you imagine, also back then, we bought vinyl. I don't think maybe the cassette tape was out, but a lot of it was vinyl. And it stayed in U.S. Billboard Hot 100 for 36 weeks. And it earned Laura Branigan a Grammy nomination for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance. And just some trivia there, she was alongside several amazing singers for that title. She was up against Linda Ronstadt, one of my favorites, Olivia Newton-John, Juice Newton, and a Melissa Manchester, who amazingly actually won that year. So that was her only solo nomination for a Grammy nomination for Laura Branigan. So lots about the song that I had no idea about. All I knew was I kept thinking it was a song about an alien. So what's it all about? I mean, I've talked to many people that lived in that era. I also kind of harkened back to what I thought it was. And I went on the internet and read articles of what people thought it was. There's many interpretations. Many say the song is about a woman in her midlife crisis because of the lyrics. Some say it's about a woman whose looks have faded. That's pretty harsh. And desperately holding on to her youth. I mean, how many of us are not desperately holding on to our youth? We see that a lot on reality TV. But my 10-year-old self only knew that again, the song was awesome. It was awesome to roller skate with, and it had something to do about aliens, because when I had misheard the lyric, I assumed the line was, I think they got your alias, that's the correct, that you've been living under. I thought they were talking about, I think they got the alien that you were living under. I mean, it sounds alias, and just to hear me out, here's why I think I was right as a 10-year-old self. This song came out in 1982. I was 10. 1982 was also the time that one of my beloved movies came out, E.T., also about an alien, an extraterrestrial. That's what E.T. was about. And she could have been the downstairs neighbor. That's the alien that they took. She was living under. So it made perfect sense. And I was surprised why it wasn't part of the movie. It should have been part of the movie soundtrack, but there you go, Steven Spielberg. And for those of you youngins, I know I feel like an old woman, murder. Pop culture alert. If you're born after 1982, again, E.T. is the extraterrestrial movie from Steven Spielberg that starred a very young Drew Barrymore. She was this cute gal with pigtails. And it was about this gentle alien that became stranded on Earth. The being is discovered and befriended by a young boy named Elliot, who tries to keep him safe from the government so he can get back to his alien home. And so I've actually talked to other folks, one, a good KJ friend of mine, and that's a karaoke jockey for those of you who don't know, who also thought this song was not alien, but Elliot that you've been living under, also thought the ET reference. So you can understand the confusion, and growing up at that time, what we thought was incorrect. But that's okay. That's what this song is about. Our beloved songs are brought to light, how we sung them wrong, and we understand now what it was really about is alias. So it's, again, one of these songs that every time I sing it at a karaoke bar, it gets people jumping up, and I just assume it's only people of my era or older, but there's kind of a new renaissance of millennials that have loved it as well, and those that have never heard it before love the beat. So there's something to be said about the version that was done, or the cover version that Greg Mathiasen and Jack White put together, because even in 2019 it still holds a candle to many a dance song. So hopefully for those of you who love the song, remember it. I'd love to hear from you in comments or emails or anything. You can send it to our email address at Gmail at misheardsongs@gmail.com, and I'd love to hear what your fond memories are of this song when it came out, or even now if you just are a new lover of Gloria. And hopefully, if you guys can send me some good vibes, we can get some of the writers of the song on the show, and we can hear from them what caused them to make this beautiful song for us that we are now talking about today. All right, thank you.
All right.
Okay, tell me what I need to do.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna sing that. Leave them. Gloria, I think they got your number. I think they got the alien that you've been living under. But you really don't remember. Was it something that they said? Okay, so I think we got it.
Correct.